have to give you an update on the Waterbox tank. I don't particularly want to give you this update. I've essentially hidden, not necessarily hidden, but I've not done this update because I've been trying to essentially ignore it, but it just won't go away if I don't tell you. I'm not making this video for sympathy, so it's I am fully responsible for what happened. But basically, I added a new fish to the Waterbox tank. It obviously had some sort of disease. I assumed it was Brucnella. Although since then I've spoken to one of the leading experts in the aquarium industry, who said that it is unlikely because of how rapid the onset of it was and where everything died so quickly. So I've never really had to deal with fish disease, so I'll be honest with you, I can keep coral brilliantly as far as I'm concerned. Well, I can keep coral pretty good, maybe not brilliantly, but pretty good. But fish disease identification is obviously something which I'm lacking. And that just shows you that even people that have been doing this for years can fall down at some points. And yeah, so basically it wiped all of the fish out very quickly. I'm not really sure what else to say, if I'm honest. I just felt that I needed to share this for two reasons. Firstly, it's part of the journey of the Waterbox tank, and if I don't do this video, I can't continue the journey with you. Now, I actually had another video on the Waterbox tank from before this happened, but I now can't post it because I look stupid in it, basically, because everything was going fine and I was really happy. The reason that I think I have taken this so personally, for two reasons. Firstly, no one likes to lose any of these animals, but especially me. These are like pets to me, and some of them I'd had for years. I know some people think fish disposable, but that really, and you just go and buy another one, but that really isn't the case with how I feel. And the other thing is, when you turn your hobby into a business, you lose a little bit of that passion for the hobby. And the Angelfish tank brought that back for me. I loved every single minute of owning the Angelfish. I've wanted an Angelfish tank for years, and there's just something special about Angelfish to me. And yeah, so I loved every minute of it, and it's obviously ended up like this. Now, the tank will get left empty for 8 weeks now. I have no doubt that this tank will be reborn from the ashes and into something spectacular. So don't worry about that. It's I said one of the reasons that I wanted to share this is to go, when you're having a bad time, you're not alone. It's this hobby has some tremendous highs. Even something as tiny as like a millimetre of growth on a millipora that's done nothing for 6 months can bring you the most tremendous joy. But equally, when it goes wrong, it can be absolutely brutal, and that is what I've just experienced. So I just wanted to, as I said, share this with you to go, stick with it. I spend an awful lot of the consultations talking to people that have reached the very end of their journey, or are about to reach the very end of their journey, because they're so fed up with whatever's happening. And I spend a huge amount of time motivating people to go, look, stick with it, everyone can do this. And for the first time in many, many years, I found myself trying to motivate myself. And it's a bit difficult for me, because obviously this is a company now, so you just have to dust yourself off. But trust me, never have I wanted to give up more than this last week. So, look, as I said, there are far worse things in the world than this, far worse things. It's just, this is obviously something that is quite personal to me, and no one wants to, the other thing is, no one wants to come on here and tell everyone that they screwed up. But the thing is, I take full responsibility for this. So, anyway, there's two things that I'm incredibly grateful for. The first one is that I was going to put my purple tang in that tank at the same time. And I didn't, which I'm incredibly grateful for, because I've had her for 15 years, and that really would be devastating, because not many people have a fish for 15 years. And the second thing I'm grateful for is that the new fish never entered the coral farm. And obviously if I'd put it in there just temporarily to hold it or something, then I would have the fish falling, like dropping like flies, and the coral farm is completely fine. So I'm going to be grateful for that. Now, what I will probably end up doing is restocking this tank with a few fish. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have the same passion to have as many angelfish. I've still got the king eye. The king eye never went in, which is another thing I'm very grateful for. But now that I have to leave this tank empty for 8 weeks, I will probably start to put coral in it. And it might become a bit more of a coral heavy tank, and then add the king eye. Maybe. We'll see. Look, things change. It might, as I said, I might go back to what it was before and have a few different angelfish, but when I said that I wanted this tank to be a challenge, this was not what I meant. This was not what I meant. But look, as I said, there are worse things in life than this. And if I can tell everyone to dust themselves off, that's exactly what I have to do. So, we shall see. We shall see. Maybe I just need to take a little break from it. But yeah, so that's all I've got to say. As I said, just wanted to share with you, this was part of the journey. And if you're experiencing something that's hard with the hobby, just stick with it. That's all I can say. Anyway, have a good week, and I'll see you next time.